Greetings everyone, Core here. Time for another movie review, which today we went to go see Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. I'm kind of glad that they made it abundant at the start that it is the first part, um, so it's not too I guess you could say disappointing. um, not a lot of people are gonna be disappointed that it's a um, two-parter movie, which it makes sense because it is pretty big as far as what they do. It's pretty interesting what they did on a lot of the scenes. I don't know, like it. I get what they're trying to do with every Mission Impossible movie. They're trying to make it all feel different, which this one definitely feels different from the last couple. It feels different from pretty much all of them. I think they're trying to back to the first movie, with some of the choices that they make with the audio and the soundtrack and stuff. It's like they're trying to use the music to tell a story, but it's just so overbearing, and it almost feels like they didn't want to take the time to do like the sound foliage for pretty much like all the you know background sound effect music, sound not songs but sound effects and everything, footsteps and stuff like that, because most of the time those will get picked up by microphones and stuff. They're usually added in later on, which it feels like they kind of took a job away from someone that literally, I know this movie was made during the pandemic and stuff and the tight roles. There's a whole audio, I think even a video of Tom Cruise kind of getting mad at his crew because at the time it was, what is it, mid 2020, late 2020. They were shooting a lot of it, and there was a lot of strict restrictions as far as the COVID protocol, which you kind of could tell. At least I did. That's just me though, because the movie's entertaining enough. But right now on Rotten Tomatoes, it's sitting at a critic score of 97 out of 221 reviews and an audience score of 95 out of over 250 reviews plus. So I just don't see it. There's been way better. The other Mission Impossible movies have been, I think, a lot better. Which I liked. I liked the movie. It's interesting to see that Tom Cruise, Ethan Hunt is pretty much in the dark. A lot of people are actually in the dark about what's actually going on. They're hunting these, pieces that everybody wants because it's supposed to open up, control Pandora's box pretty much and control the world. So it's kind of the same thing over and over. But this time it's a little more modern because now there's an AI involved, which if you've watched the Fast and the Furious movies, yeah, it's kind of a little late, Tom Cruise, to the whole kind of spy mission AI stuff, which granted it's used a little differently, of course. Now, I mean, that one, the God's Eye and stuff like that from Fast and Furious was more of an AI to help. It wasn't self-thinking, as in this movie, which you kind of get right off the bat. And I don't know, it's interesting, but the bad guys just suck. It's just plain out. They're just too bland and boring. It's supposed to be a callback to like his first missions and stuff in the first movie or second movie, but it's just so bland. Like honestly, it felt like the AI was controlling him, which is weird, but apparently he wasn't. At least as far as I know. I mean, as far as they show him. Maybe the AI is controlling him somehow, because he's just so bland and boring. I mean, his henchman, his henchwoman, is way more interesting, and she doesn't talk. um, there's callbacks to some of the other movies. Uh, it just feels, I don't know. I don't know if I just wasn't in the right set of mind, or I just didn't get what they were trying to make. I do like, of course, Simon Pegg, and um, Luther's back. There's a new girl, of course. There's always a new girl, which she's pretty cool too. I kind of like her. It is interesting to see how they developed her. I think she's the one that gets the most development out of everybody, of course. She's just interesting. I think she acts the way most people probably would act in this situation. Granted, some of the things she does seem dumb. She's supposed to be smart and savvy, street smart, pretty much street rat. But some of the things she does kind of dumb, kind of dumb. But nonetheless, I don't know. I don't know about this one. It's not sitting well with me. There's a lot of action stuff. Granted, a lot of it could be cut down. There's all the talking scenes. There's so many cuts and edits. It's just like they know what they're. The dialogue and stuff is kind of boring. They didn't really make it too interesting. It feels like they don't really understand AI and the whole, ghost in the machine kind of thing. And I don't know, it's just like a sign of they're out of the loop of technology and how things are and kind of what they become and stuff. It feels like it feels like a 90s Mission Impossible movie. It doesn't feel like, a 2020 era movie. It's just, it feels outdated. I think that's the best way to say it. It just definitely feels outdated, which, if they're trying to make it feel like the original early Mission Impossible movies, I kind of get it, but I don't know. Just the thing that threw me out was just the use of the soundtrack. It just didn't work for me. It honestly didn't work. Like, it felt like it was out of place. It felt almost like the positions of some of the songs and choices and stuff were just out of place. Like, I know they're trying to tell a story with the music and not verbally, they're trying to show and not tell, but Mission Impossible's kind of always been a tell then show kind of thing. So I don't know. It's just not sitting right. I don't see why it's rated so high. It's not it. At least not for me. Not for me, at least. Um, I have I've had more fun with. I think Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is actually a better film than Mission Impossible. Overall, better characters, better action. Honestly, because some of the action here just is kind of dumb. It's a little too long. It's kind of incompetent in some ways, and some of the scenes are just like, are we watching a Mission Impossible movie or a Fast and Furious movie? Because Tom Cruise might have superpowers just like Vin Diesel, and which, yeah, he's done above human standard stuff. The diving, the holding his breath, the skydiving from high, extreme altitudes. He's just done some crazy stuff, which, of course, he does some crazy stuff in here, and survives some even crazier stuff. But that's really all I can say. I mean, Tom Cruise is a good actor. It's just some of the things they do, just like, he feels like a rookie, almost like he's past some of these things. That some of the things he does, it's like they had to depower him, but it's all right. Honestly, I think Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny was better overall. Mission Impossible is good, but I would wait till it comes to home video to watch it, because I don't think it's worth your money, honestly. If you gotta go see a movie, go see Indiana Jones. I think you're gonna enjoy that a lot more. But hey, that's just me. That's just my opinion. That's just you watching. Take it as it is. But we'll see. As far as upcoming movies, I don't have anything planned now. I'll probably see Oppenheimer. Probably the Friday night it comes out. I probably won't see early showing because all the showings are like right when I get out of work, so they don't quite work because it takes me about 20 half an hour just to get there. So we'll see. It's a long movie. I'll probably see it Friday night and probably do a review early, late Friday night, early Saturday morning, because it was 3 hours. Mission Impossible, 2 hours 43 minutes. I didn't stay for the end credits, so I don't know if there's any end credits. Granted, they started doing the scroll, so there's no fancy credits. So I would take that as a no end credit scenes, because honestly, I don't know what they could do. There's maybe one or two scenes that might, maybe they could have alluded to someone not being dead or something, but I think that would just take away from if they come back in the second part. But hey, we'll see. So till next time, I know August has some movies I'm definitely looking forward to, but July there might be one more. Keep an eye out if you're interested. If not, until then, later.